Let's create another endpoint to fetch a single job. I'm gonna copy this one. Let's say here we have fetch job, because I need to get the single job, or you can say get job. The handler should be what is the find one dot handler. The method should be get. Here is the most important stuff. We have to provide the ID as a request parameter. So how do you send the ID as a request parameter? You have to follow this pattern ID, and you can also define the request parameters. And let me double check it from the documentation. If you open the API gateway from the AWS events, here you will find the request parameters. So you can pass the parameters. Let me pass here ID set to true. I'm going to set the ID to true. Cool. Let's create the file handler function. You can say that find one. I'm going to copy the same stuff from the list.js and I'm going to paste inside the find one. This time I need to find the job based on ID. So I need to first find the job index, jobs.find. So how do you get the ID here? Let me show you. Job.id should be equals to event.path parameters path_parameters.id. So I can log the event. So it will give me the job index. I only want to return the single job, so I can find that based on job index. I have updated the serverless.yaml. Let's restart the server. Here you will see the new route. We need to find the job based on ID. I would like to provide the ID 1. We need to send the get request. What is the method name? Yeah, it's a get request. Here you will see the body. There is nothing here inside the body. And if you check the event, I want to show you the path parameters. Do we have path parameters property? Here we have the path parameters ID and the type is string. I don't need to use strict equal. Let's try to test it. Aha, we need to find the index. Let's try to do that. Cool. I got the job based on ID. Let's try to true. Cool. I'm going to provide invalid job ID and you will see the empty result. So in this way, you can access the request parameters. You can access parameters from the path parameters object, and here we have the ID.